Hey guys, all dogs and reptiles, welcome to the lab. Today we're building this little guy a new enclosure. Well, not building it, but we're putting stuff in it. I already have it built. So this is the enclosure. We'll talk about it, we'll go through it. I'll show you kind of what I do and give him a new home. So let's do it. Yeah, so this is Thrasher, the Uromastyx. I've had him for probably about 7 months now, and he has been living in an aquarium for now because I knew I was going to get him. Whoa! I knew I was going to get him. He's not very happy. I knew I was going to get him an enclosure, so I finally got that. I got the background from Universal Rocks. I got the enclosure from K&B Customs. I will give you a tour of both the enclosure and the background here in a second. But Thrasher here should be very happy with the result. I think it's going to look nice, and trying to decide if we're going to go bioactive with it. It's a little bit harder with desert species, but anyway, we'll talk about that. So I got this enclosure from K&B Customs. If you guys don't know, I'll put the link down below. He has a YouTube channel. I'll put the link up here. And oh wait, is it here? It's up here. I always get confused. And he's a local guy here. He builds enclosures, racks, whatever you want. His whole thing is custom. All my enclosures for the lizards are from him. And then so I got this one, and I got some more other ones coming eventually. But yeah, so pretty cool. It's made out of PVC. This is a 36 by 24 by 24, so you should have a lot of room in there. And he has now the new design, which is the flush. See if I can show you guys. This is the flush face. So this is all one piece here, all together. And then you got the glass here, the sliding glass doors, and yeah, pretty cool. And actually, Thrasher's already been living in here because I had it, so I might as well put him in here. So I had to take all the stuff out. He didn't have any substrate in there, but that's what we're doing today. We're doing the substrate. So thank you again, Justin at K&B Customs. Make sure if you need a custom cage or rack, contact him. Facebook, I'll put all that stuff below. Facebook, Instagram. He seems to do Facebook a little bit more, so maybe it's easier to contact him there. But he can ship, and yeah, pretty cool. Pretty excited. Let's take a tour of the inside of it for a second. So this cool background is from Universal Rock, and I want to thank them so much. I contacted them. I wanted to do something with them. I have some of their backgrounds in the geckos enclosures and the Ackie monitor enclosure. And I wanted to, do something with them on YouTube. I contacted them, and they were nice enough to actually send me some stuff. So this is one of the things that they sent me, this background, and they were nice enough to cut it to size, so it fits right in here. And I epoxied it in there. Pretty simple to do. This type of background is actually, it looks like it's stiff, but it's actually like it gives a little bit, so it was easy to get in here. So if you're afraid you won't be able to fit something in your enclosure, these are actually pretty good. Now they do have some that are foam that are more rigid, but this one here is, it has some give, so it can actually be put in here. But it looks awesome. Thank you again, Universal Rock. This is going to look awesome with this. So this is the ledge one here. They have a bunch of stuff. They do things for aquariums and for zoos. If you guys are familiar with Brian Barczyk and his Reptarium, they do all that stuff there. So anyway, looks really awesome. Really excited. Uromastyx do need UVB light, so this is an Arcadia 5T 24 watt light. So Arcadia is probably going to be the best that you can get as far as lighting for your reptiles. They're worth the money. They're awesome. They last a lot longer as far as the output of UVB. And Justin from K&B, he only works with Arcadia because they're the best. So that's awesome. So that's all installed there. Now for the heat spot, I do have I went with the Zoomed the Repti Baskin Spotlight, and I got a 50 watt one, and that seems to be perfect for how I had him, and you'll see when I do the new one here, but how I had his rock here. At that distance, I can adjust the distance, and I got it so the hot spot was about 130, 145. But they do like it kind of hot, so that's a perfect temperature for them. And obviously, you can go over here. It needs to cool down, but they like it pretty hot. Speaking of hot, it's super hot in here. I don't know if I mentioned that, guys. Okay, so now that you saw the inside of it, I'm going to show you kind of the supplies and how I do things. I did a bunch of research. This is probably, I made, let's see, 1, 2, 6 bioactives for lizards and frogs and things. For some of them I bought from the bio dude, like the pre-made soils, but for something this big it gets kind of expensive to buy from them. So for, like, example for the Aki, I had to come up with a better system. I didn't want to spend too much money on the substrate, so I kind of researched around. I got some formulas on how to mix things, and I kind of went with kind of what I kind of liked, and I really liked the way I did my Aki monitor one, so I'm going to do this the same way, since they're both kind of, you know, desert arid species. Seems to work pretty good. Now I did mention the bioactive before, so for the Aki, he's not really on bioactive. I mean, the dirt is the same dirt mix, but I don't have any cleanup crew. So when people talk about bioactive, it means that it takes care of itself. So the cleanup crew, meaning the isopods and springtails, they'll take care of the waste and everything goes back into the soil. The nutrients for the plants, I don't have any live plants in there, and I won't be having any live plants in here because Uromastyx are vegetarian, so they'll probably, I mean, I could probably put something there, but you got to be careful and, you know, research what kind of plants won't be you know, poisonous for them and stuff like that, and they could eat. Also, I don't want to put any plastic plants in there because they're probably trying to eat those too, and that's probably not good. So the plants for now. Anyway, my point is, it's really hard to find cleanup crews for arid desert bioactives because they do need some kind of humidity, and in the past I've tried it with the geckos, and I haven't been able to keep the bugs alive. But I've been doing some more research, and I think I'm going to try something different with this one, but I'm not going to do it in this video. Probably in the next month or so we'll try and make this one bioactive and see if we can keep some bugs alive in there, because I would prefer to do that. But anyway, so there's the bioactive part of this. So first thing, the dirt mix. So what I use is Heart Eco Earth. So I just got this at the local pet shop here. I got some organic potting soil. Remember, if you get the potting soil, make sure it's organic and make sure it doesn't have any extra chemicals in it, you know, to kill bugs or any of that stuff, especially if you're going to put bugs in the bioactive, but it, you know, just to be safe for the lizard. And then I have some play sand here. So you can get all this stuff locally, you know, hardware store for that, and the pet shop for this. And I found that this mix, it's almost a 1-to-1-to-1, meaning same amount of this, the same amount of that, same amount of that. But I kind of play around with it. I don't really measure it. I just kind of mix it till it feels good to me, I guess. So there's no science behind that. I'm not going to put any plants in here, so I don't, you know, I'm not too stressed about the composition of it. It's just mostly for the lizard to be able to dig in there. They do like to dig, so it'll be fun to see them dig in this stuff. And this is just one way to do it. There's other ways. You can use clay. There's special clay you can buy to make burrows and other things, you know, structures in the enclosure. You can try that. You can add that to this mix, and or do it by itself. It gets expensive though, so I want to mix it with something else, but I'm not going to do that. It's just for him to kind of play around. The other thing is we need some stuff for him to kind of hang out on and get the sunlight and the basking spots. I collected these on my walks with the dog. I've been collecting them for a little bit. Now, you don't want to put stuff straight into your enclosure from the outside because it might have bacteria, it might have bugs living in the eggs of something that you don't want hatching later. So you do have to treat it. There's a few ways to do it. There's the baking method, which you bake it at a low temperature for a long time in the oven. And you can watch videos on that. I actually went with the other method, which is a solution of bleach. So I made it was like a 10% solution of bleach in a big tub, in a plastic tub. And I put all this stuff in there and I kept it there for 24 hours. Then I poured it out and I put fresh water a few times to rinse it out, and put fresh water in there for another 24 hours. And after that, I took them out. I took a hose to them, kind of rinse them off, let them dry for about a day or two, just out in the sun, and that should kill everything that's in there. So that's kind of one way to do it, and it seemed to work pretty good. Make sure you don't get anything that has sap in it. So, you know, some of the trees have natural sap inside. Don't get those. I've heard that's not good. So kind of dried up old trees and things. So, and most of these I just found just lying around. I really like this one. So you kind of do different things with it. Stand it up. That'd be kind of cool, huh? So anyway, you can get creative with it. The other thing is, I haven't had a chance to go get some flat rocks, but I want to get some slate. But I do have these bricks, and this is actually what was in there with him before. That's a hot spot. I do have flat rock here, so we'll put that back in there just for now. And then we have just a hide that I've had for a long time that we'll put in there. So anyway, that's the fun part, right? Trying to put everything together and kind of making it look nice. First, I'm going to add the dirt and kind of show you guys how I mix that together. And yeah, let's have fun. Okay guys, so as you can see, I got it mixed with the sand, and this is why I use sand, because it mixes really nice with the eco earth, so it makes this nice mix. Also, I forgot to mention the sand is a little damp. I don't know why, but it was. So there'll be a little bit higher humidity in here for a little bit. Now, Uromastyx don't like humidity, high humidity, so it'll take a few days probably to get the humidity out of here. So what I'll do is I'll keep him in his old house until the humidity comes down, but I'm hoping with the mix here, and it gets pretty hot in here, so I'll leave the doors open and stuff to get the humidity out, but yeah. Hello again guys. Okay, so I got it all nice and mixed, and I'm pretty happy with it, so I'm going to take the camera out of here and start decorating the front. Now, this is going to give him about 5 inches of dirt to dig in. He could probably use a little bit more, but I think it should be good for now. Also, if I go any higher, it'll be on the door here, so, but yeah, so this should be good. Also, it doesn't have to be flat, right? So I can raise it up and make little mountains of it, so it's a lot deeper in some areas, like in the back, so I'll probably do that. Turned out really cool. I don't think I'm done kind of messing around with it, but I'm going to show you kind of what I did. There's this little hot spot there, and then that cool stick there. Put a few across there, so you can, if he wants to, you can go up higher to get a little bit more of the fluorescent light of the sunlight there, or you can go lower. You gotta be careful too, because you want to give them an opportunity to move away from it, not be right up to it, because it could burn them if they're too close to it. Has some places to hide back here. There's this little house. Here is the food bowl where he gets his greens and seeds. He loves his seeds and his greens, and yeah, so there's no water in here. There's no water bowl. They get their water from the vegetables that they eat, so I don't provide them any water. You can put water in here if you want to, just in case, but yeah, they don't need it. So I want to put him in here and just see what he thinks, and then be checking on the humidity and stuff, and I might have to take him out later and wait till the humidity goes down. But yeah, I just want to see him in here, see what he thinks of this whole place. It looks awesome with the background. There you go, guys. Look at that. Look at your place. You like it? Look how nice it looks. Yeah? Let's see what you think of it. What do you think of that? Hi. You just taking it all in? Looks nice in there. Looks really cool. I'm happy with it. Okay, bye. Uncle Son. Yeah, go explore. See what's new. I can't wait to see him dig. He loves to dig, so he'll be excited. He makes a mess though. Okay, bye. See, and there he goes. So there you go, guys. Super excited. This turned out awesome. Thank you again, everyone that made this possible. Universal rocks. You guys are freaking awesome. Go get some of the backgrounds and Canby Customs, awesome enclosure. Arcadia Light, can't say anything bad about them. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll keep you updated on kind of when I decide to go bioactive with it and have the bugs. I have a few ideas, or if you have any ideas, leave them below if you want to see more Thrasher too. This by no means was a Uromastyx care guide. This is just how to make their home. If you want me to do that, I can do a more specific, like this is their diet, this is what they need, all that stuff. So I didn't go into detail about temperature and things like that. Just kind of hit on a few things. If you want that, I can do that. But so don't take this as a guide for Uromastyx care. This was just to show you the build. So anyway, hope you learned something, guys. Learn something new every day. Thank you. Stay safe. See you later.